Hello, welcome back to ALW Collectibles. We're going to be taking a look at a very awesome looking Transformer, and in the world of the Transformers, a powerful beast. This being Transformers Prime Predaking. This is the Voyager class from 2013, and it looks impressive. In the cartoon, he was a powerful figure, introduced in the third season, really made an impact. Overall design looks really nice. As you can see, orange and black primary colors with gold. He does come with a few accessories. These being, alright, let's see if I can say this right this time. 2 Hydra Fire blasters and 2 blast missiles. Let's look at these blasters. They're little dragon heads. And these will attach to Predaking to make a 3-headed Hydra mode. We'll do that in a second. And they are left and right. And of course they do come with the black missiles. I almost said something else. The blasters is what I almost said, but it's missiles. Looking really cool. And these do fit. Push up on there. As you cannot see that. Push up on that and slide that right in. That's going to fold up. And when you straighten this out, it fires. Rather interesting. That's how you load these. We'll load them both up, and we will take a look at Predaking and mount these on him in a minute. This is, like you said, the Voyager class version, and he is huge. Even for a Voyager class toy, he's got a large size to him. Couple notes with him. He does have a lot of soft plastic on him for some of the parts. And quality control on the soft plastic has not been the greatest on a lot of molds I've been reading. He does have one more weapon, which is this section of the tail. It becomes a sword. We'll take a look at that when we transform him. This is the underneath part of them. Wings are posable. Legs are very posable. Toes. Upper arms. The head turns. Goes up and down. And the jaw opens and closes. And you can move the body. It's for transformation, but it does work. And the tail does move a little bit. So there is a lot of posability with this toy. My only issue with it is just the size when you're doing things, and the fact that sometimes, like, my quality control has always been this side of the wings. It's always done that. It's the only issue I've ever had with this figure. Knock on wood. Little side note on this one, though. There are Cybertronics, as they call it, symbols all over the toy. On the wings. On the body. And on the missile launchers. I didn't go into research as to what they mean. I just know they're there. I had to look up the proper name for them. Released in the first wave of the Transformers Beast Hunter toys in 2013. He is part of that series, even though he was in the show, and his instructions do, of course, have the comic on it. He is the 6th chapter of the Tales of the Beast Hunter toy comic. When we transform him, I'm going to note something that is not listed on the instructions, just for a little addition. Having said that, let's add these little guys on here and show you what it looks like in his 3-headed Hydra mode. So on the top, on each shoulder, you'll notice a peg. And these just peg right in there. That's the Hydra mode. Which, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this Hydra look. I'm not a big fan of the Hydra look. I don't really care for it. Yeah. Doesn't really change the look too much. I just think it looks a little bit off with the silver faces. That's just me. And that wing is really getting on my nerves in this video. Oh, alright. So, let's take these off. Give you a little bio, and then we shall transform the king himself, Predaking. And anybody who's watched the show, it is an actual interesting bio. So I cobbled it together from 3 different sources. Which is pretty much the same, just little variances. Predaking is a Decepticon creation, created from the CNA by his predecessors. Of his predecessors, by Shockwave, brought to life to serve the Decepticons' cause. Originally believed to be a simple-minded dragon that will follow orders without questions. However, over time, Predaking has shown his robot mode and intelligence equal to most of his crewmates among the Decepticons. With an overdeveloped sense of warrior's pride, he is hoping to bring back the Predacons with his newly claimed moniker as Predaking as their ruler, working alongside Megatron. Interesting bio. Now let's get on the transformation. First thing we're going to do is take this piece off from the back, which is the sword. That just comes out. Looks pretty cool. Alright. Well, like I said, I don't always go by the instructions, so I'm going to do it the way I always do. I transform it by bringing these up first. Next, I'm going to separate the legs by just pulling them up and down. I'm going to push it up slightly from the bottom and just swing this out of my way. I'm going to take the top leg, bring it down and rotate it. I'm going to take the next leg down and rotate it. I'm going to push that against the leg. I'm going to come to this leg and I'm going to fold it into the back, like so. Flip that down and I'm going to push that up. That's going to lock the leg in place, and that's going to give you 1 foot. We're going to do the same thing over here. Make sure this leg is straight. Bring it in. Bring that piece up. Right over the top. Push that in. Make sure that's nice and tight. Bring that forward. And there's Predaking's legs. We're going to have to raise the camera because he's going to get a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to rotate him at his waist. Like that. I'm just going to keep this out of the way. I am going to turn this so that the opening's on the inside. Bring his arm down and out of my way. Down and out of my way for a minute. I'm going to take this front panel of the chest and pull it forward. I'm going to take this entire dragon head and turn it around. And you'll see this plate here. Push that up, revealing the head. And there is a peg spot in there, it's kind of hard to see, for this tab. Now the head of the dragon, I'm going to tuck in like so. This piece is going to come up. There are openings on the top. That all of that is actually supposed to fit through. And this is one of the issues with quality control, is that they don't always fit. I can never get them to line up properly, but that's what's supposed to happen. Some of these are supposed to peg through, but I never get that. I'm going to bring his wings out of the way. Bring this up. Bring this up. Bring those forward and rotate them. Close and rotate. And there is Predaking per the instructions. With the large wings on his back. Open like that. The show does not, not the show, but the instructions does not show you this, but you can make it look like the show. Fold these down, and you just got to tuck them underneath his shoulder, like that. And that'll actually look just like the show. It's like dropping. Normally I send a missile flying or something. So straighten this joint out and just fold the top of the wing down. Tuck it in and then just bring it up. Like so. And then I'll give you the look of the show. With his wings on his, folded on his back. And I say it looks pretty cool. You got the silver face with the orange spike on the top, black all the way around it. Gray for the neck. You got the Predacon symbol right up here. Standing next to Megatron, he is very imposing. I like how the Cybertronics is right on the outside of the wings in this mode. And it's not equal. There's nothing down here, but there is on this wing. So. Articulation. Head will turn a little bit. A lot of plastic rubber up here, soft rubber. Nothing up and down. Shoulder. If the wing's not in the way, we'll go all the way around. Just to show you, if we move the wing, we'll go all the way around. Up and down. Bicep. Full elbow bend. His hand opens up still and rotates all the way around. One more time. He does have waist rotation. Although, because of the way this is, it's going to be in your way. If you move that, very posable. We'll do the full splits. Front boot. Back boot. This is where you're going to run into a little bit of a headache. This is going to shift around. Like mine always had trouble pegging in. So, the knee guard will move. and his toes. And he does have thigh rotation. So he is exceedingly posable. Because I'm like knocking him everywhere. He does not want to stand up. I think half this video has just been me standing him up and resetting him. So we can hold the sword, but we'll do that in a second because I want to show you something else. The dragon heads can combine and form a new weapon for him, which will plug into his wrist right here. You can do them together, or you can do them separate. I think they look better separate. And the issue with the sword, this is soft plastic, and there is a peg in here, and there's pegs on the sides of the handle. He doesn't really hold that sword good. So that's why I take this, and I do this. I push it into the sword. There. Now he's holding his weapons. The king of the Predacons, Predaking. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this figure, or any of the Predaking figures. I like this toy. I think in the Transformers Prime series, he ranks among my top 5. He really does. And in the cartoon, he is among my top 4 characters because he is such a character arc and such a personality. This has been ALW Collectibles. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you wish. Comments are always welcome. I want to say thank you to all the channel subscribers. I do appreciate it. Many more videos heading your way, along with a live stream coming up very soon. I'm going to get ready for another video, and Predaking is going to go take over and try to rule the Predacons. You have a good day.